Let's see how many of these names trip me up. Number 1, Matthew Carter. Number 2, Alan Collins. Number 4, Jacob Welsh. El Capitan, Oliver Tipton. Harry Scotton Peters. Jack Tolley. Tyler Roberts.
So good afternoon and welcome to, well, if you just saw that last match, what a cracker that one was. Thomas Telford against Cole Charlton. I was supposed to be having a bit of time off and I actually ended up watching the game. We had a bit of everything in there, a bit of controversy. Certainly
had everything. It's a crazy game.
Yeah, sending off which looked very, very harsh. But, well, we don't actually have the official team list at the moment, which makes life a little bit difficult. We are going to try, and here's the Thomas Telford lineup that we were given a few weeks ago, so they really apologise. There could well be changes in here, but this was the sort of expected lineup, for want of a better word, with Carter, Holland, Whiffindale, Welsh, Tipton, Scotton Peters, Tolley, Lembricisa, Roberts, Candola and Williams. Matthew Lowe is the manager. We'll just leave that screen up for a second if we could. We're just frantically, John Skiffs is frantically writing down names next to numbers. We don't really know how close we are. We are going to get the team sheet. Here's let's have a look at the Whitgift two heavyweight schools of schools football here. And well, we're going to recognise some of these names because these guys, we saw them here yesterday. Juan Pablo Tata Caballero is 1, Jay Rowe is 2, Zach Young 3, Xavier Benjamin 4, Ed Miller 5, Daniel Berry 6, Thomas Blake 7, James Sweet 8, Fionn Mooney 9, Fraser Bryden 10 and Max Bateup is 11. Colin Pates is the manager. A lot of familiar names, all seem to be wearing slightly different numbers. Fionn Mooney was 10 yesterday, James Sweet was 6, so I'm going to have a little look out on the pitch. Yeah, James Sweet is actually wearing a different number. This is the subs bench until we get the sheets. So I won't be listing the names, but yes, I think all the stuff going on downstairs has put everybody off a little bit. And yes, Clive Tilsley goes back in his chauffeur-driven limo back home, and I'm making my own coffees. Anyway,
going to work with me.
Lovely to hear the voice of Clive there, and always a real legend of the sport. He's got one of those irrepressible voices.
Just think what an anticlimax is for me. I've just come from the dizzy heights of commentary back down to earth with a thud.
You cannot live on caviar all the time, can you? You know. Yeah.
I had to have your time. It's been an absolute pleasure, as always.
Oh, yeah. You're such a sweetie.
My year isn't the same without this 3 days working alongside you, Adrian.
The trouble is you ignore my emails afterwards.
I can't keep up with your wit and your humour with the tweets and the emails. And I'm not on the same level. You're a level above me. And
no, I'm just trying to. I'm actually going off social media a bit at the moment.
Yeah, so am I.
It's a bit depressing. Always a free kick, offsides being given.
Yeah.
And That's an interesting, a little bit of a height advantage, you could say, for Thomas Telford, and they're looking to use it. We will get the sheets hopefully fairly shortly. Let's see. Just speaking to John Arnold there. He's been at Thomas Telford 5 years. That was his last match, but.
There's a lot retiring this year, isn't there?
Yeah,
it seems you've had a few sort of emotional conversations with.
Well, in this
coaches.
case, John's a young lad, and he's actually moving on to a different school. I think he's going on to be
as a head.
head.
Yeah, that's right. You mentioned. We mentioned that in commentary.
So, although he did mention to me he didn't want that announcing, I think we may have just given a game away.
Oh dear!
But I did know it had already gone out on com. So if it's gone out once, then it's free reign, isn't it? It's already
like
public knowledge.
Unai Emery. Yeah. Wasn't it on his own Facebook page or something? Didn't he announce and have his page of saying, you know, I'm great, I'm really pleased to be part of the Arsenal family. He was up there for 20 minutes last night and then suddenly, mysteriously, very quickly disappeared.
That's fantastic. You love it when they, I think it's almost a tactic. They say, oh, some technical person was experimenting with our Twitter. It was when Coutinho went to Barcelona, and it was out on a page for like 3 minutes. That, you know, 1,000 people took a screenshot of it. Yeah. They put it out to test. Yeah. You know, you can't test live. Anybody who knows anything about IT, you know, just do a test behind us. Anyway, that's another thing. But yes, it will be announced today, apparently, the new Arsenal manager. It's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Yeah. It was announced this morning.
Yeah, it was confirmed this morning. Yeah, yeah. Okay. But, it was last night that it was leaked out, I think, by himself.
Well,
yeah, Unai Emery, Arsenal, end of an era, isn't it? And let's see how he gets on.
It's incredible to.
Whitgift with this corner. Still trying to get my breath back from that last game. I mean, I don't think I've ever commentated on quite proceedings. And
well, what I didn't realise when Clive Tierney came and did commentary, that he actually chose 2 of the best matches that were out there. And you had the 4-3 girls game, which was a cracker, and then you had that one. So I realised that they've actually selected the best games for him as well. Corner swung in. We are a little bit. I
think that was more to do with his chauffeur than how it was calculated to have the 2 best games.
Yeah. Although it was impressive to see Clive before the match. He's actually talking to coach and teams down in the changing rooms.
You know what?
You know, he's really doing a lot of homework.
He was absolutely brilliant, as usual. I've had the pleasure of working with him here before. Is that offside? No, not quite. His keeper's got to come out. Caballero. Deals with that very, very well. Yes, he's a true professional, and as you would expect. So I've worked with a lot of commentators over my time post-career, doing a lot of work in the media, and Clive is up there with the very, very, very best of all of them. And it's just his attention to detail, the notes that he's got on every player. He goes and interviews the coaches, his background research into the teams, the form and everything. Superb.
Well, you know what I call that? That's the man who's got too much time in his hands. I wouldn't say that to his face. Yeah, he could also be known as professional, but yes.
He's gone from this on Friday. Of course, guess where he's heading?
Oh, of course, yeah.
For the highlights package from the Champions League.
Doesn't it make you sick?
Well, his boys, he was telling me he was a big Liverpool fan with me.
Yeah. No professional jealousy on my part, of course. Clive is an absolute legend. I'm just having a bit of a joke. You know me well, John. Anything for a laugh. Does it include my commentary, of course? There's Whitgift, who won here 2-0. Oh, Darren from the SFA, you're an absolute legend. He's just delivered us the tea. It's good that we've had these before the end of the match. Thank you, Darren. He's absolutely working his socks off down there, and I know that there will have been a good reason. Here's a chance through on goal now. This could be the first goal for Thomas Telford. What a save! Caballero comes and narrows the angle, gets a foot on the ball. John, I think we're up to save number 14 in our save of the tournament.
I think we are. That's absolutely brilliant. Oh, kept his side in this game at 0-0. He did well yesterday. What an exceptional save that is.
Well,
He's right up there, as good as you'll see this week.
We've added 3 saves so far today. We haven't had a goal added, but we've had 3 saves from today into our list, and we have seen some exceptional moments on the saves list.
Yeah, you've got the
here's Tolly.
Saves. I'm just looking at my list here. There was a number of double saves, weren't there?
Yes, yes.
And you think of the reactions that they got up to. I think maybe 3 or 4 double saves.
Yeah. It has been
brilliant.
It has been really high standard this year on the goalkeeping front. Although the save of the tournament last year wasn't won by a goalkeeper, it was won by a defender who managed to put his face in the way of a shot, which was over on that left-hand side goal. It was quite incredible defending. Really put himself on the line, and it was quite phenomenal. Here's another look at this save from behind. There.
Tolly, lovely ball, and Tolly's a really exceptional player. Tyler Roberts, denied by the brilliance of Caballero. There's a name. Tolly, I know well. Remember that. Ooh, good challenge coming in from the captain, Xavier Benjamin. Read the game well there. The situation, dealt with it. Physically strong, imposing figure. Yeah, and a lot of these players played yesterday. I mean, there could be 6 or 7 of this Whitgift team. I was talking to the Whitgift guys before the game. And they said they fear about fatigue.
Yeah.
It was a hot day yesterday. It's almost as hot today, maybe not just quite. More of a breeze about the place.
Well, it's just the attempt on goal there. We have seen this before, where we've had the same team come up 2 days on the trot. In fact, Thomas Telford have had that experience. It was the Elite Schools Cup that Whitgift won yesterday, which... oh, there's a great cross into the middle, and just a heavy touch there from the number 10, Cameron Candola. There's a few names different from the team sheet, so do excuse us, but now we have the correct names. Our director may even get this, bring those teams up at half-time, perhaps, and get an update.
Yeah, just looking back at yesterday, it was the second game of the day. It was Whitgift against Keepier School.
Pretty much the same team, isn't it? There's a couple different. Ollie Hampstead isn't here today. Yes. No Vigo, no Jaden Raymond, who really impressed yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
He's not here today. Well, of course, it was the Elite Schools Cup, so I suppose you could say that some of those players have they're with academies, and of course are not eligible for this competition. The interesting thing was about Carl Charlton, which I don't know if you heard on the interview. Not a single one of their players is actually with an academy. So although they won the Elite Schools Cup, they had a couple, and they had one recently who's now been released, so he's no longer at an academy. So it's quite ironic that they actually won the Elite Cup, which is supposedly the true open one, and
that's quite remarkable.
Yeah, so just strange how that worked. Referee spotted a little nudge in the back there. So 35 minutes each way this game. I suppose Clive Tilsley didn't really talk about Razor Ruddock or any things that he got up to, did he? during the low points of a particular game? Yeah.
No, he did not.
I was getting
he
ribbed
had much more tact and diplomacy and sensitivity to the audience and everybody involved.
I do appreciate it. I think I've sort of analysed myself during that little break, and I think it was a low point in my commentary career, I've got to admit. The match was getting a little bit quiet, and I should have really talked about the Champions League final, shouldn't I? Something more important. Here's a great little attacking move, and the ball was broken in front of goal.
Oh, it hits the post.
Thomas Blake. Well, he won man of the match in the game yesterday. young Mr. Blake. They call him the fly because he's absolutely everywhere.
Yeah.
See, I've got a few little tidbit information for you as well.
Yeah, look at that strike.
Oh,
hits
beautiful.
the post. Good work from James Sweet in the first instance.
Yes, they were very pleased in the team. They were very happy with the award of man of the match for Blake, they said, because quite often he is overlooked sometimes because of his diminutive size.
Yeah, I can imagine that, but I really felt his energy was phenomenal. He was everywhere. I'm not surprised that's his nickname. And
yeah. See, I did a bit of research myself. Thank you. It's been a good opening here. 11 minutes on the clock, no goals, but a couple of half chances either way, and that hitting of the post from Blake. And here's Blake again. Again, he just sees a little opportunity. He's just like a little Zola there, just sees a chance and just darts into it, goes into the gap. Always on the move. Nightmare for defenders. Shot from distance, just over the bar.
Oh, that's phenomenal, isn't it, from Fionn Mooney?
Yes, Mooney was very impressive yesterday.
And this is what I remember of Fionn from a year or two ago. This ability to really strike a ball.
Oh, see, nose given.
Benjamin.
Yeah, just hit Benjamin on the arm and sort of half controlled it.
Good skill. Nice.
Here's Sweet. Sweet was your second place on the Man of the Match award.
Yeah, he was.
I remember.
Playing in this right-hand side again.
Lovely pass out to Bryden. Bryden's down and hits the grass with his hand in frustration.
That was a robust challenge from Oliver Tipton, the captain.
Here's Candola. Plays the ball up front. Well held up there by Tyler Roberts. But Xavier Benjamin, very strong challenge. And Whitgift just having the lion's share of play at the moment. Mooney's dropping back, way back. He was pretty much a sole centre forward yesterday. Interesting that how does basically almost the same team is playing quite a different tactical game, and Mooney is a sort of forward midfield role, whereas it was pretty much lone up front yesterday. There's an interesting ball in for Bryden, for number 10, Williams, and a shot is just wide.
Tyler Roberts just pulling that one past the post. Caballero scrambling.
Candola here. That's not far away at all. Keeper left it. Do like this goalkeeper Caballero. He's got a great name to start with, but also he's a great keeper, and we've seen him in many finals. This Whitgift team, they closed the whole school 2 years ago here, and every coach in the area came and delivered what must have been, I think it was 2,500, 3,000 kids. It was a cracking atmosphere here, and it was a special occasion. It was the first ever major football final for what is a rugby playing school. We've been at Twickenham many times, and that's a lovely ball through.
He's going to have to deal with this.
Yes, Road as well.
Well done.
These are two heavyweight names, really. Whitgift versus Thomas Telford is, is a sort of final that sort of gets you a little bit excited. It's like your sort of Liverpool, Man United, or something like that. Two big teams with pedigree.
Well,
They've both got history here.
Yeah, they really have. I was just saying, in that previous game, Thomas Telford, sort of known as the Barcelona of football, something ridiculous stats about how many Cup finals they've been in and how many they've won.
Yeah.
That's 75% success rate. 40 odd finals or something.
Well, the Thomas Telford, John Arnold said
they've
to
won
me,
25 of 39 English schools FA finals in their history.
Really? Well, John Arnold said that that team that lost on penalties have only ever lost on penalties in ESFA competitions.
Yeah. There's Steve Kember, ex-Crystal Palace, against Des Little on the other side.
Yes.
Two great former names from the world of football.
Steve was probably managing when Des was playing.
Yeah.
Of course, the older age group, of course, will remember Des Little flying down the wing for Nottingham Forest, a mini tank, a real power on his legs, and always entertaining to watch.
I don't think you've ever used the name scales and entertainment in the same sentence, unfortunately.
Oh no, though.
Got football envy there.
Well, John, but you know, we all have our role in life. It's very entertaining listening to your commentary, anyway, mate. It's
so you sort of say, you sort of highlight. Oh yeah, you were quite pacey. Fine. Yeah. What else?
Well, I remember in
about the highlight of I think your complimentary comments yesterday or the day before. Yeah, you had some pace.
This is what I hate about famous people that are well known. I remember you were. I remember you were on the Premier League promo video. I think it was year number 2, and I told you this 2 years ago, and you totally forgot. Like this would be the highlight of my life. And you were there, and there was Bergkamp looking up at the camera, giving a glare, and Gascoigne and other players, and you're like, "Whoa, this is
God,
amazing."
what did they make me do?
And then you came up, and you were Mr. Dependable.
Right.
They obviously don't know you.
Right.
But you had that dependable face. You know, you were a reliable sort of chap.
Yeah, only they'd known.
They obviously didn't see you play. It was obviously an artistic director who was doing that. They wanted an honest looking face.
As you say, it's the early days, wasn't it? They didn't know better, these creative forces at these at Sky.
Alive and kicking and all those things. Those are the days, weren't they? A whole new ball game. God,
They need some fluids on board, don't they?
Yeah.
They're slightly better. Whitgift, I did criticise them. I did mention that to one or two of them downstairs. Yesterday. Get your water into the players as soon as you and as often as you possibly can.
Yeah.
I saw the cramp in that last game between Thomas Telford and Carshalton was crazy. Don't know whether that was a reflection of the hard season that they had or the playing conditions.
Oh, Blake goes down heavily there. And now is a chance of a break, but again, the final ball's just been poor for Thomas Telford in that area.
Yeah, I might have expected a little bit more from Jack Tolley. Came away with the ball very well. Won the ball fairly.
Thomas Blake went down very heavily under a challenge, and fair play to him. He's carrying on, but I think he just looked a little bit shaken as he got up there.
Yeah, he's just holding his right hip a little bit. I think he'll be fine. That's a foul.
Yes.
Oh dear. Benjamin.
Tyler Roberts getting a little bit too much attention, and
saw that one coming. He slipped as he controlled the ball, and he was up so quickly that he completely flummoxed Benjamin.
Yeah.
He just felt he had no option.
What a ball that is to the far post. And was that Young? Well, he thought he had his player covered, but with a ball that pace, switched across. It's good skills here from Roberts again. Candola. And they win the corner. Well done, Thomas Telford.
What a strike that was from the free kick. Lovely cross-field switch of play. Just shows you, if you get somebody on the ball with that vision and that ability, not only the vision, but the ability to strike the ball like that, great opportunity, Thomas Telford, to try and find an opener.
Was that Young? He'd given his player like 5 yards, thinking, well,
look at that, straight to his feet,
direct.
bad touch.
Yeah. And Zach Young did well there to get onto him quickly and then close down, because that was a one-on-one. Here's a corner. Oh, keeper's missed out, and he actually, Caballero had a get out of jail there from his defence. 2 players were lined up behind.
Well, his embarrassment was saved there, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, that was a very poor attempt, really. He just sort of just wafted his hand in the air, and he's got to thank his defenders for covering that. Free kick's been given for this. Here we go again. If you had a goalie like this, John, you wouldn't be too impressed with this attempt to get. It was not even a punch or anything. He's totally misjudged it, and
yeah, it's James Sweet on the line.
Yeah, James Sweet getting his goalkeeper out of trouble there. 20 minutes gone, 0-0. This under-14 Schools Cup for boys final.
It'll be 35 minutes this half.
Yes. The ball's just bouncing in the middle of the 18-yard box, and it's a little bit dangerous there. I feel that the game is there to be taken by the scruff of the neck by either team here. We've had a wonderful 3 days. Some great matches, and been a thoroughly enjoyable week. It's sad to say, there's only one more game after this.
Well, that last game has knocked our schedule out slightly, hasn't it? This was due to kick off at 3:30.
Yeah.
I think it was 20 minutes ago, so just before 4 o'clock. This finally was off and running. Supporters are in there.
Yep.
Little wave.
A few Whitgift supporters come up from Croydon. And the Thomas Telford gang has stayed from a previous game a little bit muted after that defeat. It's always difficult with the fans. They want their team to win, but a game like that earlier one just now was. I know it's a cliche. It's no real. There's a chance of Candola, but Benjamin has got that well covered, and we saw Benjamin's pace yesterday.
Well, that was smooth, wasn't it? That was just like a little Rolls Royce, just upping.
Was it Benjamin you said reminded you of Ledley King? Was it Benjamin?
Could well have been.
I think, yeah. Has that sort of lazy run that he just eats up the ground without looking as if he's trying.
Yeah.
Here's Blake.
Play on. No,
Offside. Yes, the Thomas Telford coaches are saying, come on, let's play on. And let him know, well, we had an incident in an earlier match with a whistle being blown a little bit early and affecting matters out there.
Des Lettle is just having a little tap on the shoulder. Is that the fourth official putting his arm around his shoulder and just saying, you know, we don't need the comment to the referee, just calm down. You've had a warning in that last game. He was unhappy with one of the decisions that. Yeah. I think he's a competitor at heart, and I think everybody got swept away in that game. They're not used to losing. Valuable lesson learned for all those players from Thomas Telford in that game. That's overhit, disappointingly, from Tyler Roberts.
Oh, beautiful skills from Candola, and he shrugs off a Whitgift player as well and wins the corner. That was something special there from the number 10. Cameron Candola. Yeah, this is beautiful. Watch this. Oh,
lovely.
Too good. Always lovely to see a little bit of skill out there. So another corner for Thomas Telford. Swinging it over, and that's not far from the post.
It's disappointing though, isn't it? I don't think. Well, he's not going for goal, surely.
Is he not? I don't know. Maybe after that last earlier effort, he's thinking, well, if I put enough swerve on it, you never know. It's a difficult situation, isn't it, for the coaches down there? Because they want to go out with, they want to have a little bit of gusto and a little bit of energy, and you know, but at the end of the day, they're also representing their school, and it's a very you know, it's a very important thing. It's a very formal thing. We certainly, you know, behaviour is probably one of the most important aspects of how you represent your school. This is good play here. This is a shot from the edge, and Tyler Roberts again.
Oh, he's getting closer, isn't he?
Yep.
Excellent work.
Replay here.
Starts off the move and finishes it. Goes past Benjamin. There's not many times that they've got the better of him. Well played. Just dragged it wide. But yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. It's such a formal occasion. You know, the English schools, FA, and the tradition and the heritage that these competitions have. You know, it's great to see, and this festival of football is brilliant.
Yeah.
But you can't escape the fact that these are young kids, boys, girls, desperate to win a football match. It comes right back down to the basics. They forget the formality and the occasion and everything else. But it's got to be played within the laws of the game. That requires discipline above all else, and respect.
Oh, that's wonderful play from Blake there, totally turning his player inside out, but Whitgift just struggling to get out of their own half at the moment.
Good tracking back. That's a great battle in there. That's brilliant from
Sweet
both
again.
sets of players.
Yeah. And James Sweet was superb in yesterday's match, and him and Blake in the centre of midfield for Whitgift. Mooney going in for the interception. Good play from Thomas Telford. Here's Scott and Peters, who has to clear his lines.
Sweet again over there this time. He's covering as much ground in this game as he did yesterday as well.
Another foul from Xavier Benjamin, and the referee this time just having a little word saying, I've seen a few from you, stop it.
So 25 minutes into this 40-minute half.
We've missed kick there. Here's Roberts playing the attacking midfield role. Blake wins the ball off him. Blake does really well there. Out to Mooney. Just interesting that these players, playing different positions. Mooney never got back to his own halfway line in match 1. He was just constantly up front, causing all the trouble. And here he is playing a very different role.
Well, he's sort of playing a number 10 role, isn't he?
Yeah.
Which is sort of being able to drop back into midfield and go short and get it, make things happen. And push up as well. But you're right, a different dynamic of this game.
Dylan Williams goes out left. Mackenzie Gulliver plays out to Candola. Xavier Benjamin just gets a foot in. Telford keep possession. Here's Roberts. Swings it out left to Adam Taylor, who does well to keep it in. But the ball just goes over the line, and that will be a throw to Whitgift.
Candola looks a player, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He looks really good. Good movement, good balance. Good footballer.
The sunshine just starting to go behind the stand now, so we have this whole little situation of a big dark shadow coming in front of us. Blake loses out this time to Jacob Welsh. Welsh tries to play in Candola. Candola turns his man, but he's offside. That was a fraction. That was very close indeed.
Yeah, not much in that at all.
Wouldn't mind seeing that again.
Caballero gets the ball underway straight in. Kick off. But he was just on the wrong side of the shoulder of the defender. Oh my goodness!
He's blocked the shot, and the clearance has blocked and goes straight into the goal. Max Bateup, he was substitute yesterday. Today he started, and the goalkeeper hits a clearance straight into Bateup, who's closed him down, and a bit of fortune. And against the run of play, Whitgift School go one ahead.
Well, a lot of fortune. All credit to Caballero, who sort of took the goal kick really quickly. Bit surprised about it. Went up one end, came back the other. Goalkeeper came out, tried to clear it. Matthew Carter, and ricocheted fortuitously for Max Bateup. And Whitgift take the lead in the most bizarre circumstances.
Well, that's football for you. Oh, it's a lovely play. Here's Bateup again, looking for a second. That's well cleared away by Oliver Tipton, the captain.
Yeah, great defending.
Oh, what a strange occurrence. Benjamin's got a little bit of work to do here. Candola's on him as well. Benjamin plays a very firm back pass. Caballero comfortable with his feet, as we've seen so many times. Here's Williams. Has to play in Roberts. This time Roberts gets a bit of a ricochet in his favour, and here's Roberts, and Roberts has equalised! 2 goals in a minute, both ricochets. Oh, well, that's a celebration and a half from Tyler Roberts. We'll have that one on the slow-mo later. And Thomas Telford, having gone into a shock 1-0 deficit, have levelled this up at 1 apiece.
Well, it's a little bit sloppy from Whitgift. I was just sort of looking at Benjamin here. Cuts inside, tries to drag him back. But it was earlier, way back than that. They invited the pressure. They didn't clear the ball in the first time. They didn't clear it the second time. The third time they come forward, Thomas Telford. And it's just a little bit sloppy, I think, defensively, when they could have cleared their lines a bit more emphatically. As it is, we've got a great game on our hands here. 1-1, half an hour gone.
How strange that we have 2 goals where a ricochet has gone in favour of the attacking team. I don't think we've seen a goal like that for all of the last 3 days, and here we are, 2 in a minute. Good response from Thomas Telford, who's definitely been in the driving seat in this match.
Yep.
Certainly having lion's share of possession. Good, 80-20 or so, you would say. Whitgift, James Sweet, just getting a bit of possession at last. Xavier Benjamin looking out wide, looking to play Fraser Bryden in, and in the end plays a poor ball inside. Giveaway pass, and it's 5-on-5 here. This is Welsh.
Oh, that was just overrun.
An appeal there as Max Bater just sticks a foot out, goes for a challenge. Let's have another look at that goal again. Here's the ricochet that just goes in their favour.
It does, but it's just here, just drifting, sitting back a little bit. Benjamin maybe should have come over, expected it maybe to be one. Yeah, it's been a bit harsh there defensively. It's a great celebration, that is.
Yeah.
I missed it first time around. I'm glad we had that replay.
Oh, wonderful skills on the right-hand side. Tolly. Oh, he's got Candola free in the middle of the penalty box, and it was straight at the goalie.
Surely that had to be the second goal for Thomas Telford. Straight at the keeper.
Point blank range.
Yeah.
I don't think Caballero actually knew much about that at all. It more than hit his hands, and actually any movement from him. What an opportunity that was for Thomas Telford.
Sweet trying to give it back to Mooney. Good work from Max Bater. In the first instance, fed it back into Mooney, linked up well with Sweet. Ultimately, that final ball not coming to anything.
Well, I know, John, in the back of your... Oh, we'll just watch this play. That's a wonderful ball. That'll be offside. So I know in the back of your mind you're lulling over. If there's anything worse than having to choose a man of the match, it's having to choose a goal of a tournament and a saver of a tournament. And I know you're lulling over those. We are going to have a look at the goal of the tournament at half-time in this match.
Oh, are we?
And give you a second look at them. I know it's nice for you to see them. No goals been added today, which is strange. We've had 11.
Amazing, isn't it?
And there's not been one that the rules panel has put forward at all, i.e. me. Or me and you, of course. You'd have told me if there was anything that you wanted in there.
Yeah.
But in terms of the saves, we've added 3 saves from today already. So had a couple of crackers.
We've had some crackers, we really have. Some superb moments. Sweet's going to shoot as he knows, looking.
Yeah. And then what we'll do is we will announce the 1, 2, 3 at the very end of the tournament. So after the final match, after the final interview, we'll go upstairs and unless you need to get away, John.
I'll be off.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm
yes,
contracted for overtime.
Your limo's waiting, will it?
I'll phone you from the car.
I'll put my best John Scales voice on and try and... well, you can do that these days, can't you?
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm a techie nerd, and apparently if you get... you can get somebody to say, I think it's 400 words nowadays, and there's a piece of software there that I can type in words and it will say it in your exact voice.
Are you serious?
It's crazy, yeah.
Wow, that's frightening.
So that's the future of...
It's quite exciting and quite frightening as well.
Well, very handy for voiceovers and things. If you get somebody in and you pay your money for a very known voiceover artist, and part of that fee is that if you do make a mistake and you need something else saying, you can just do it.
I thought you were going to say I can use them again and again and again. I thought, you know.
Yeah, no, that would be unfair, wouldn't it? It's,
slightly.
Yeah. Okay, it's going through lots of legal circles at the moment. To, you know, what are the rules? But anyway, that little tip to the side. We're not far to go in this match. It's just sun's just blasted behind the clouds.
It's gone a little bit chilly up here again.
Yeah. Candola. I do like this centre forward. Candola. He's really getting himself busy. He's a big player to start with, but he's also mobile.
Yeah, Benjamin's just taking one in the midriff, just winded.
Mr. Candola just apologising there, saying, well, I was just going for the ball. He's a big lad.
Right, have a drink, lads.
Yeah.
35 minutes gone. Not much more until that whistle goes.
Yes, stoppage time in the first. So yes, we'll be playing out the goals of the tournament at this half-time, and John gets another
Coming up
chance
now,
to
right? Okay, have I got to make my decision there and then?
No,
Good,
because there could well be. How unfair would that be with one match to go? So
35 minutes.
what we'll do is we'll probably wait until the end of the next match, and what we could do maybe is we'll just give you the mic, because I know you have to rush, and we'll give you just a 30 seconds to give you the 1, 2, 3 on each. And what we'll do is
do that. Yeah.
at the end of the day, just before the final interview. So I'll hand the mic over to you. You can give us your 1, 2, 3 and why. We'll record that, and then when we put it out on YouTube and various other channels, it'll all be stuck together as if it was all one great big take. I'm giving some secrets away there, aren't I?
Yeah.
And then you'll hear
I'm just looking at my notes from earlier on when we saw them at half-time this morning.
Yes,
my notes actually make no sense whatsoever. I've given 2 goals, sort of 10s, 2 9s, some 8s.
Yes, you watch Strictly Come Dancing. It's very nice.
I'm trying to remember.
We'll just need our director to take the sound of the car being started in the background.
I wonder what that means. Not Wallace, but Jacob Holgate effort.
Yes.
I wonder what that could mean.
Oh, thank you for that. My only mistake. Well, the only one you've noticed. Yes, my papers blew all over the place, and I put the teams down the wrong way round back on the table. So, yes, there you go.
Clive didn't do that.
No, of course not. Clive has a folder and he slots them in, so when the wind blows, they don't move anywhere, does it? Like that's the professional.
Yeah, his equipment is
I've got my mobile phone holding my papers down.
Filing system, absolutely superb.
Yeah. Anyway, stop winding me up. You know you just have to mention Clive and it's going to do it again, so
Yeah.
I thought we were friends.
That's the half-time whistle. 1-1.
Yes, what an entertaining first half that's been. As John Scales' piece of paper goes flying, that was absolute. God is on my side after all. A very entertaining first half. Thomas Telford definitely having the lion's share of that first half. Possibly disappointed they didn't convert possession into goals. And giving them a lead here in this half-time, but well, a goal against the run of play.
Yeah, I think it was.
And a half-time score here. Whitgift School 1, Thomas Telford School 1. And let's just have a look at. We'll just have a look at the 2 goals, and then here's you get your second chance to decide your goal of the tournament. 1, 2, 3. Here's the goals.
Yeah, Caballero gets the ball, plays it really quickly, comes off the defender's head. The pass back, there's no danger whatsoever, and you think, well, Max Bater, what's he doing, sort of running for it? Doesn't close the goalkeeper down particularly well, but then it's a dreadful clearance from Matthew Carter.
Second goal, Carl.
And it goes into the lead. Here's a replay, set back, could have played it wide maybe, decides to go long, fluffs his lines, and of all places, it's a bit unlucky for that to ricochet and go back into that far corner.
He's not even close, is he? That's the thing.
That's the thing, he's 6, 7, 8 yards away.
Yeah.
It's one of those freak moments, isn't it? Caballero did well to take the initiative, play the long ball. I think it probably came off the 2 players, Thomas Telford. How were they going to respond? Well, there was the emphatic Tyler Roberts. Excellent work. Again, another ricochet. Clearance from Zach Young. Not good enough. Benjamin, half a yard away. They look at each other in disbelief because that lead wasn't there for long. Great celebration. Love that.
Well, what a great turn it was as well inside the box. You see this, he just turned 90-degree turn, and that's what took Benjamin out of the equation there.
Yeah, fantastic work. So coaches will have plenty to say to their players. So we look to the half-time entertainment, and the Under-14 Schools Cup for boys final is well poised.
So here we go. This is your second and last look here, provided, of course, we've got 3 halves of football yet to go, but we've had some great goals here. We've had some great goals over the years. I think of some of the past winners of the goals at all. We've had some crackers, and here are this year's crackers.
1v1 with the likes of Abimbola.
Oh, what a goal that is from distance. and it's Lewis Brown. What a shot this is, and that's caught everybody by surprise, including the commentators. We were all expecting the cross back in, but Brown puts it straight into the top corner, and what a goal for St John's this is, John.
Well, it's emphatic, isn't it? Header out, look at them, they close down. What a shot that is. Oh, keeper can do nothing about it. Lewis Brown
needed to rebuild. Now, it's just good skills here from Oyasandi, and what a goal that is!
Brilliant.
Osayandi, Emmanuel Osayandi, a solo run, receives the ball from Aweru and plants it into the back of the goal. Ryan Robinson lead by 3-1.
Yeah, you're right. Aweru, I think, does really well. Suddenly realises going down that right-hand side, he's not going to get a shot in on goal. Real maturity to bring the ball back out again. Here he is, Osayandi, picks the ball up. Now what can he do? Goes through two, past the third, and then there, cuts inside, gives himself all the space and time, and drives the ball up into the roof of the net. Brilliant, 3-1. Well, I'll be feeling like that could be game, set and match.
Wonderful skills. Bailey's going to have a go from distance.
Oh
my goodness! Brooklyn Bailey take a bow. What a goal from long distance, and Ryan Robinson go 4-1 ahead.
Well, that's emphatic. What a strike from Bailey. Here it is. Ball given away cheaply up there, but nobody expected this, did they? Little setback. Bang! Oh, what a goal, what a strike. Keeper's got absolutely no chance. He's pulled off one of the saves of the tournament so far, and this time Bailey drills it into the far post, gives the keeper no chance. Just a sort of system that's not helping Northampton at the moment. Oh, it's
it's gone in.
Well, I think that's Conrad Norman, and it's just come off his back. Just the reaction, wasn't it? As the ball got cut across. Didn't know too much about it, but I think if we see the replay, maybe we should give him a little bit more credit than he's due. Was
this deliberate? This is the incredible thing. Did he deliberately do this? If so, this is an absolutely amazing goal, because it's coming across to him at pace.
I think he knows exactly what he's doing. I think it's at his chest height. I think the only thing he can do is sort of push his chest to the ball.
Yes.
He felt that he might have been offside, or what happened.
We've got an unusual. Oh, we'll just watch this again.
Oh,
what skills!
Oh,
absolutely brilliant. John Scales is applauding next to me, and rightly so. What a goal that is for Whitgift, and it's Brooke Myers who shows skills left and right foot. Even the goalie's come up to give him a hug. He deserves it. What a goal, and Whitgift lead 3-0.
Well, Brooke Myers take a bow. There we go. Let's watch and enjoy. Look at that great feat. Composure, skill, both feet, balance. I mean, that showed everything. I feel if they get a goal now, they suddenly get the impetus. Oh, what a goal! Right, as I said, is that the catalyst for Northampton? Logan Briggs with a fantastic shot into the roof of the net. Alfie Lamb can do nothing about it. Just as we were talking about the body language of this Northampton group of players, up he steps. He's got the ability, we know about it. They win back possession. He gets away. First time he's really been able to get the ball out of his feet. Bang! To the roof of the net. 3-1.
Film good victory though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. What are you talking about? Oh, my goodness.
I thought I'd wake you up.
Yeah, that's got me. Hey, here's a chance.
Here's Ossibor. We'll talk about that in a second. Oh, what a shot from Ossibor! Now we can see the celebration. This boy can dance.
Fantastic. Oh, he's not going to be let go of there now.
Oh,
yes,
they're loving it. He got his goal. We've had our dance, and this time it is good. Oh, John, take us through this.
A little slip from the centre half that take nothing away from the finish. Brilliant left foot across the keeper, far corner. Great celebration. I love watching the huge, enormous difference from under 12 to under 13 to under 14. It's remarkable. What a run that is!
Oh, what a run! Oh, what a shot! And what a goal! From a long, long distance, it's Keane Rodriguez has pulled the trigger, and Cardinal Newman go ahead. Oh,
it is indeed Keane Rodriguez. Absolutely stunning. Lovely drag back away from the challenge. He's away from 3 players, gets it out of his feet. You think he can't hit it from there, surely. The keeper makes a desperate lunge to push it away around the post.
Huddersfield and Brighton.
Yeah, it's the first time it's happened, isn't it, in the Premier League, all 3 promoted sides?
Oh, of course. Oh, here's an opportunity
what
from
a
distance.
strike.
Oh, and what a goal! Hits it first time. And Cardinal Hume are back in the match. It's Louis Salkeld, the captain, number 10. He wins the tackle and then hits it, and this is not an easy shot.
No, here it is, the tackle. He wins it. He's the one setting the tone. Look at that for a goal. Absolutely brilliant. We know what Dennis Whittington's like in goal. He's no slouch.
Traffic. Here's Pedro Pateras.
Yeah, with a lovely touch, wasn't it?
Here's Wallace. Wallace has got round his man, and Wallace is going to have a go here. Oh, what a goal from Wallace! What a shot! His first shot of the match, and it's straight in the corner. 4 minutes gone. Moorland School take the lead, 1-0. Yes, this is Holgate. Apologies. Number 10 got the team the wrong way around there. Holgate through. And what a finish this is. Jacob Holgate, bang, into the corner. What a finish.
That was sensational, wasn't it? I mean, it's
out to, here's Montgomery. Liking both fullbacks actually for Moorland. Montgomery's going to take it in. He's pulled a few players. Martinet may pull the trigger. Out to Abu. Abu, one touch. Abu into the goal. 2-0, Moorland. Superb football. What a team goal that was. And if we can, I don't know if we can rewind the replay back, because that was a great move all the way from the back. Now, how many passes was that? That was almost like an Arsenal goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was superb. Gets the ball here. Montgomery passing it in. I think it was into Martinek. Fed out to Abu. Goes past the defender. Bang! Across the keeper again. Far post.
Nothing better than heading a ball when you've got sunglasses on your head.
Oh, some tough choices there. Excellent work from all of you production guys putting that together.
Can you say something down the mic? I don't know. Teachers, is she trustworthy? As long as it's football related. Lean down! Couldn't tell you what that translates to in the British language of English.
So, John, what did you think about
And we're away from the second half.
list as we get the second half
40 minutes on
underway?
the clock.
Did you like it second time round?
Loved it. Loved it. I could watch those goals all day long.
Yeah. I do see a 1, 2 and 3.
Well, there is a 1, 2,
piece of
3.
paper. Very good.
It's changed since this morning. It may change during the course of the afternoon. As you say, we've still got a game and a half to go. There could well be some goals added to it. But my choice just shows you the difficulty you've got with, you know, team goals, individual brilliance.
Yeah.
You know, the score line at the time, I'm going to check that. You know, how important was the goal? What sort of pressure was on the team when they were playing, when they were scoring those goals? You take all those things into consideration. You're shaking your head at me thinking, you're over-analysing that, and a great goal is a great goal, whether it's a consolation goal or the opening goal under pressure. No, it's not the same.
No, you're absolutely right. And I do remember one of the previous goals a couple of years ago, but I remember there was a moment where one of the young lads ran from one half to the other and unleashed an amazing shot from long distance into the top corner. And not only was it a great shot, it was because the real pressure was on. The team had just gone 1-0 down, and you know the questions were being asked. Well, what have you got? And he went, "Well, this is what I've got."
Didn't he? It was unbelievable.
And he side-footed it as well.
Yeah.
That was he actually didn't hit it with a full foot. He hit it with the side of the foot, but got such pace on it.
Yeah, and knew exactly what he was doing, the direction, the flight,
Yes,
that sticks in my mind. That
incredible. And that was a previous winner. All available on the PlayStation YouTube channel. Just go back a few years. But, yes, it'll be interesting to see. We will bring up the save of the tournament list at half-time in the next game.
I can't wait for that, because that's brilliant as well.
It is. It's probably the best quality
Yeah.
save of the tournament list, because I think last year we had 6 in the end, and we've gone into double figures this year. Anyway, back on with this match.
Yep.
This is fine. In the balance, Candola wins that one, takes it off Rowe, and then fouls Candola. The referee is going to go to his pocket by the looks of this.
Normal circumstances, almost worthy of a booking because of the position on the field, because of the chance that Candola had of getting through on goal. He's given him the benefit of the doubt. I don't think he felt. I think he felt he made a sort of a fair challenge, and but shouldn't really matter. Denied him a chance to burst into the box, and who knows what may have happened. But resulting free kick could be the breakthrough Thomas Telford want.
You know one thing. Let's watch this free kick for a second here. From distance, goes towards the corner, hits the crossbar. Well, that could have, if that had gone in, that would have been added to the list.
He knows the agony.
Not a bad shot from Ed Miller, centre half, who's obviously got a sweet strike of a ball. And watch this again. Here's another example. He's hit it with the side of the foot, curl on it.
Oliver Tipton, brilliant.
Keeper was nowhere near, was he?
Yeah. No, that's brilliant from the captain, Tipton.
So one thing I've noticed this week that we haven't seen anything of, you know, I like looking at boot colours and things like that, is on free kicks. Remember when the referees used to mark the ground?
Yeah.
They stopped doing that here, and I don't know why.
Great ball in.
Oh, what a ball. Keep it as well.
Yeah, Fionn Mooney again at the centre of that. Just fed the ball down to Fraser Bryden. Bryden pulled it back in. Couldn't pull it back far enough. Now the other end, Benjamin getting bundled off the ball. Unfairly, I'm sure, yeah, overzealous from Tyler Roberts, the goal scorer.
I'm not sure why the white spray is not being used this week. It was used in every match over the last few years, and actually did a very good job. Maybe they've just found that the players are behaving a little bit more now, and they've got used to not inching forward.
Where have you guys come down from?
Certainly used to get quite bad, didn't it? You used to get walls that were sort of 5 yards away.
Crazy.
Just inching foot. Whenever the ref wasn't looking, just take another quick step, lads.
Needs to come onto that. Yeah. Go and meet the ball always. Don't let the ball bounce.
He's Welsh.
Oh, he's quickly in there. Fantastic defensive work from the left back, Zach Young. He's been really good.
Yeah.
Just got that mix up for that goal, didn't he? When
Tipton again there.
Tyler Roberts. Benjamin being pulled back.
Oliver Tipton, the
by
captain,
Candola.
centre half, who's had a great game here. He was the man who hit that stunning free kick that just hit the crossbar under pressure from Mooney, who seems to be a little bit more forward in this second half. Whether they've gone to 2 up front and Mooney is one of them, it looks like there's been a little adaptation there, doesn't it? Quick throw from Thomas Telford, who still seems to be just having a little bit more of a play. Candola looking for the options out left. He's got a bit of pressure on him. Daniel Berry does well there. Caballero will clear.
on for that ball.
Tipton.
Scorekeeper.
Nice ball forward. Cleared by Benjamin. And here's Sweet. Plays in Mooney, but ball's just not strong enough. And it's, again, just symptomatic of how things have been for Whitgift in this match. Things just aren't coming off for them. Trying to build moves. Lovely ball inside. Oh, great tackle from Benjamin. Referee says play on.
That was excellent work. Candola, again, lovely header out to the left-hand side. Was looking for the give and go here. Heads it wide. Comes onto the ball, and he's already gone beyond Oliver Tipton. Sorry, gone beyond Ed Miller, the centre half. Benjamin back there doing good work.
Unusually so. This day represents the last day of finals for the ESFA. I think they've got one indoor finals at an under-12s taking place at St George's Park to come. That won't be until well into June.
Bait up on the ball, gets the deflection into the arms very easily of Matthew Carter.
Carter releases.
Oh,
Left, and Benjamin's been caught out here. Here's Tyler Roberts. He's through on goal. Tyler Roberts. And Benjamin clears off the line. Oh, great play from Benjamin. There's still a threat here. Candola. Excellent play from Xavier Benjamin, who did not give up.
Oh, it's brilliant from Tyler Roberts. Even better from Benjamin, the defender, who was pulling him, tugging him. He shrugged off the challenge. Tyler Roberts, you've got to see this again here. What a battle this is. It's brilliant between the two of them. The arms against each other, they're battling, shoved. Not giving anything, are they? Either one of them. And what superb defending from Benjamin to get back. Tyler Roberts desperate for that second goal.
Mooney
Good
just
battle between the two of them.
Offside. Mooney just giving the ball away unnecessarily there. Very unusual. He had such a great game yesterday. And
got his tracksuit top on.
yeah, there's a little there. It's getting a bit cold there. They're in the shade now down below.
It is chilly. Colin Pates come out in the technical area alongside Steve Kember for Whitgift.
So great to see some of these top names from the past. And you know, we had Steve Harper here earlier today from Newcastle. Here's Fraser Bryden.
Good work from Bryden.
Back to Mooney. Keeper sharply across his line.
Yeah, I haven't seen as much from Mooney as I did a couple of years ago in those situations. Instinctive play, just knows he's onto things, makes things happen really quickly.
Yeah.
And the flashes of it I've seen yesterday and today show me how influential he is and can be.
Mooney put a lot of work in yesterday, and I just wonder whether, you know, this is only 24 hours later, that the amount of effort he made yesterday in what was a very big match. Candola's making a nuisance of himself there. The referee says he's happy. Here's Roberts, Tyler Roberts in on his left foot. Tyler Roberts shoots, and Benjamin actually quite a way back there. It's almost too far back, to be honest. It's sort of was it closing down?
I think that was a foul. I honestly think that was a foul, that instance. There's just a replay. Balls, can't wait for it to come down. Little shove. Did well to get back the defender. There he is, sets it up. Lovely. First time shot, takes it early. That's often what it's about. Just felt Candola was fouling the defender there from Whitgift.
Number 13 coming on for Thomas Telford, Joseph Hubbard, and it's Jack Tully coming off for number 7, who's shaking his head a little bit. He's not happy. He's been one of the guys who's instrumental to the Telford success, pushing up, and one of the coaches has just taken a bit of time here to explain what's going, the decision process and what's going on. It's fascinating to see, White's fresh in his mind. He's actually pointed to areas of the pitch and saying, you know, I've not brought you off for any particularly bad reason. These are things that you need to think about while it's fresh in his mind. That's fascinating to see. We are taking your Schools Cup selfies if you're watching the action from wherever you are. If you're up in the Wolverhampton area, then send us a picture. I think schools are probably done for today, but maybe there's a few friends and family watching this. Benjamin. Oh, Tyler Roberts really making a nuisance of himself, and Benjamin's not really sure what's happening around him, is he?
Well, he's not. I think he's so used to being so dominant and he doesn't come up against a player of Tyler Roberts every day. Tyler Roberts isn't going to give up the chase.
Yeah.
He isn't going to be put off by the fact that Benjamin gets there ahead of him. He's going to chase him down. He's going to push him. He's going to put him under pressure. And that's where Benjamin has just come up wanting slightly. One of the players is down injured. Referee's going to stop it.
Yes,
doesn't look like cramp. That looks like, well, it potentially could be cramp. Didn't see a clash. He's holding it as if he's had a knock, but
yeah.
and Benjamin goes up like that and holds the calf.
Yeah, it looks like cramp.
Probably is cramp, yeah.
Well, these players had a full, tough match yesterday. Yes, it's just cramp. There was no collision or anything. So it is harder for the Whitgift crew. Yes. Steve Kember, Colin Pates.
Yeah, the two of them there, just trying to figure this out. How they're going to break the deadlock. Well, I think they're going to look to Fionn Mooney. Instrumental, possibly. Fraser Bryden, Max Bate up with that first goal. Thomas Blake, man of the match yesterday, still out there and trying to affect this game in such a positive way.
Players just getting plenty of water on at the moment.
Yeah, it's the sort of maybe one of the last real times that the coaches have that ability to get the group of players together and can send out the signal to them all.
Very tough to play 2 games in 24 hours, and you know, somebody like Blake, the little number 7 who was man of the match in yesterday's game, you know, doesn't seem to be having the same impact today. And obviously they're up against a different bunch of guys, but you know, just the fact that they had a full tough game yesterday in a tight match, surely that's going to make a bit of a difference.
It depends what they've done. Really depends what they've done in the last 2 weeks. I would imagine at this time of year they've got all sorts going on. Whether it's cricket, athletics, it's football, it's the culmination, it's the pressure, the tension. They've travelled. They'll be tired from the travelling, possibly. You know, it's all of that.
Yeah.
You know, they can play 2 games in 2 days very easily, but it just depends on what else they've done and how they adjust to the tension that comes with playing in these finals. All sorts of factors.
Max Bate up still receiving treatment, and they've brought on Timmy Oakey, number 15. Substitute is on. Well, we had 2 goals in a minute, and not many chances otherwise. We've had the post hit from Blake, we've had the crossbar hit from Tipton. So 1 goal each, 1 hitting of the woodwork each. Although it's not woodwork anymore, of course.
It's no mean feat to get here. It's taken hours and hours, days and days, weeks and weeks, months and months, and even years of training.
There's Mooney, finds James Sweet. Here's Oakey, the substitute. Oakey goes for a shot into the far corner.
That was ambitious. Maybe he would have had a better option trying to find Sweet, who had carried on his run into the box. Maybe lifted it over because the substitute had drawn a couple of players.
Adam Taylor found Candola there with a superb ball from left back.
Sweet again.
Here's the counter-attack again. Here's Oakey again. He's got a bit of space this time. Plays in Berry. Berry just gets his body in the way. Looking for the overlap on the left. Here's Mooney. We know Mooney can hit it. Lovely turn from Mooney. Oh, what a goal! Well, Fionn Mooney has given Whitgift the lead against the run of play for the 2nd time. And where we were commenting that he's had a quiet match by his standards. But as soon as he gets into that centre-forward position, it's like a shot of adrenaline into the heart. And Fionn Mooney has put Whitgift 2-1 ahead.
No, I like this goal. When you want your man to step up to the plate, puts his foot on it, cuts it back, takes his time, under pressure. Brilliant finish with his left foot. You know, cometh the hour, cometh the man, and we've built him up to be a talent. And then he's delivered on the biggest stage. This under-14 Schools Cup for Boys final. You may have to add that to the list.
Yes, I'll be discussing with the Rules Committee after this match. I'm not sure it would make the top 3 though, but certainly very, very impressive goal. So, Whitgift lead again against the run of play. And now the question is being asked again of Thomas Telford. Blake. There's Young. Out to Bryden. This has been, I see a fair crowd there. Thomas Telford have a big support out there who've obviously watched 2 matches. That's the Croydon support. Good few hundred from both schools. Here's Berry, plays in Oki. Oki's looked dangerous since he's come on. He's found himself in a few positions. This time crowded out.
Yeah, done well. Had a little glance over to the official over there. No offside. Benjamin picks the ball up. There he is, Sweet on the ball again. Mooney. Oh, wonderful ball.
What a ball. Berry. And he doesn't bury it at all. It goes just wide of the post. Well, that was a chance, and what a ball from Mooney here. He's suddenly woken up. He's got into that sort of central role again. He's in this centre position, and suddenly it's like it's a breath of fresh air, and here's Berry.
Yeah, that's better. It's the player I know I've seen before, Mooney, growing in influence in this game.
Yeah.
Enjoying that and relishing that role just off the main striker that he's occupied most of the game. Finding the space, and with his vision, he's got the ability to find Timmy Oki, the substitute. And they're working really well, aren't they, together? Got a good understanding.
Yeah.
He's much happier, Steve Kember. Well, they're going for the hat-trick.
Certainly are.
This week.
Long ball in. Candola, who's got height, under pressure from Benjamin. Really liking Tyler Roberts, who's putting in a real shift out there. And Whitgift come away with the ball. Here's Mooney, who seems to have really woken up in the last 5 minutes or so, and that's another great ball into the path of Berry. Berry turns in, goes with the left foot this time. And just wide, and now Whitgift. Just running matters at the moment. It's almost Thomas Telford who seemed to not be able to put a pass together. Real swatching rolls.
Yeah, I just mentioned Steve Kember, Colin Pates. Steve Kember, I know, has been involved with the club for so long. I think, you know, being a manager of a top club, Crystal Palace, being a top player, being at the school like Whitgift. The way that Whitgift play, it's a real reflection always of any team, of their coaches. And so he deserves great credit because they approach the game in such a positive manner, disciplined, controlled, good shape, allows the talent to flourish. Really does. And yeah, they've got the calmness and assuredness about them on the pitch.
Yeah,
that I like, and that does reflect credit back to the coaching staff.
Jack Tolley is coming back on after his earlier injury, and there's Mr. Candola, Cameron Candola, just takes a little break again. He's got a coach on him, just saying, "Yeah, well done. Go and sit down." Lovely ball through, and here's Berry again. This is Oki, sorry. he's been in and around it. He's only been on the pitch literally 5 or 6 minutes, and he really has been at the centre of a number of things here. It's almost like that was the player that they needed to get on Whitgift.
Yeah, I guess he played the ball through.
He's got a little bit of pace. He's fresh on the pitch. He's sprinting around the place, and Whitgift and Sweet here under real pressure. Blake out to Bryden, looking to play in Mooney. And a bit of air ball for a second there, but back on the ground. Here's Zach Young, the left back. Most of these players played the full match yesterday. Here's Tyler Roberts. Really like this forward.
Yeah, I do. He's a good player, isn't he?
He's a very good player. Makes things happen. Doesn't give the ball away easily. Roberts looking to get in on the end of this, but that was read by Ed Miller. And now the counter-attack. Thomas Telford have players back. Mooney into Sweet. Out to Bryden. Bryden looking to go down the... Oh, he completely nutmegs the defender. Just a little bit too far. Miller will deal with this, but not too well. Tries to play Blake and miss kicks. Here's an opportunity now. Jack Tolley's only been on the pitch. Plays in. Tyler Roberts scores for Thomas Telford. What a wonderful move that is. So direct. And Jack Tolley, who's been on the pitch just 2 minutes, makes a big difference there. And they're into the crowd here. They're loving it. It's 2-2. Game on.
Well, it's poor clearance. Watch this touch here. Just the subtlety of that. A couple more touches. Absolutely brilliant from the substitute coming back on again, Tolley. He's had that break. Absolutely superb play, picking up the loose ball. Whitgift will be kicking themselves for not dealing with that better. No doubt about it. But they still had a lot of work to do.
I don't think it's going to stay that way. Got to the pick of number 10.
Well, this game's excellent. It's good to see Clive's left me one. It's fantastic. Really has been a real sort of head-to-head. And well, we were just mentioning how we liked Tyler Roberts as a player, and he delivered. And it was this man, Jack Tolley, who created the opportunity, but he still needed somebody to pass to finish, and who better than Tyler Roberts? This man's a class act up front. Little push from Oki there. That will be a free kick. Oh, well, I wouldn't like to be in your shoes having to choose a man in a match here. There's individual players all over the pitch who are playing so well.
And here we go with the football.
Ball swung in. Benjamin covers that one. And it's not as if any of the defensive units are actually sort of weak or have played badly or anything. It's just that they're come up against very good players.
Yeah, they have. It's been tough for both sets of defenders. You're absolutely right. And that's the quality of the attacking force of these two teams.
Sweet plays a loose ball under pressure out, gives the ball away, tries to win it back. Thomas Telford get permission. Alex Holland, right back. It's a lovely ball in. And here's Tolley. Great play from Tolley. Oh, what a goal! What a goal from James Tolley. He's completely changed the face of this match, and the whole of Wolverhampton are chasing after him. Watch out for our cameraman in there. Unbelievable, Jack Tolley.
Valuable equipment down there. Hope you got a good shot of them coming running round in front of their supporters.
Yeah, we'll get that BAFTA one day.
Yeah,
here's the goal, John.
Well, it's here, set back to Holland. Little chip in. Watch this touch here. Bang, outside of the foot. Another touch past. Despairing Ed Miller. And finished beautifully in that far corner.
I think we just have a goal added to our list. What great control that was. And he knew he had to get his foot up high because he knew the centre-half was coming in to clear it, so he had to get his foot higher. One touch. And Jack Tolley, well, what a substitution. And here's another chance, and it's this man Tully again. Is he going to go through? Great defence from Ed Miller.
Yes, brilliant defending.
Nice ball from Zach Young down the line. Mooney. Well, now Whitgift are behind. What's going on? It was only 2 minutes ago. They were 2-1 ahead.
The announcer has just said, "Holy mackerel." I haven't heard that saying for anything, but yes, it is one of those games, isn't it?
Certainly is. Well, he's possibly hitting the wall like we did yesterday. He'll be talking about Razor Ruddock next.
It's been a long 3 days, hasn't it? He's down to the dregs of his comments, isn't he? For
yeah. You realise why cricket change every few hours to bring new people in, keep it fresh.
Yeah.
Otherwise they start talking any old dross. I think we're keeping it alive, and we're absolutely loving it. You know, the quality of football out there. And well, what a turnaround we've just seen here.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Jack Tully, who really didn't have, he came off injured in the first half, having had a knock. Was replaced, didn't really have much to do, really much in the action. And suddenly, I don't know what he's had in his tea at half time, and he's come out and within 5 minutes has set 1 goal up and scored another individual beauty, and well, was only a fraction away. Took a fantastic tackle from Ed Miller to deny him a third, well, not him a third goal, but his involvement in a third goal in the space of 5 minutes. And here comes Tyler Roberts, and Thomas Telford tails her up yet again. Roberts feeds Tully. These two are just absolutely rampant. Tully under pressure from Benjamin, and that will be a corner. Well, 2 players alone, you know, since like Candola's a great player. Candola's just come off, and he's watching there, and these two are absolutely ripping it up together. It's like they've got some like little, you know, sort of mind meld between them. They just seem to be made for each other.
Yeah, they really are. Ed Miller and Benjamin, the 2 centre halves for Whitgift, being terrorised at the moment. Very difficult for them to get a grip of these two when they're in this sort of form. Roberts and Tully should be the keepers. Just gets touch away. Yeah, very difficult when they're in this sort of form.
Okay, up front, totally on his own at the moment. Trying to hold it up, and he does well. Does well there, does Timmy Oakey. Sweet. Out wide left to Zach Young.
They've got about 7 minutes of normal time, plus injury. If there is any stoppage time to get themselves at least back level. Is Mooney.
Mooney's on this and gets the shot away. And unlucky for him, straight at the goalie.
Yeah, Matthew Carter stood up. Well, isn't it amazing? Just a few minutes ago, giving him all the plaudits. Now we're saying well done to Thomas Telford for getting themselves back in front.
Blake does well.
Good tracking back. That's a foul. Yeah, he did well there. Tracked the run of Blake. Knew where the danger was. Get back goal side.
That's the chance we just had. Mooney.
Well, Mooney always going wide, isn't he? Very difficult to cut that back across and really test the keeper where it's going to be a struggle. He's not happy with that. Ed Miller. He gets back up onto his feet. It's been a sort of story of how well Thomas Telford have hustled and hurried them at the back. That's been a huge part of this game, is the work and effort that they put in, that they just cannot and haven't been able to settle on the ball at the back.
Well, Thomas Telford very happy to allow Whitgift to play the ball. They've gone into a line of 4 and a line of 5 at the back, and it's gone a little bit like Jose Mourinho team on an attacking day.
Yeah, I think it's Oliver Tipton just willing his team mates up the field, at least to give them a bit of space.
Yes, Thomas Telford definitely getting bodies behind the ball here. Trouble is, Joseph Hubbard with the ball. They only got one option up front. It's a good option, Tyler Roberts. Here's Tully. Lovely football here. Pressure coming on from Blake. That's a great ball to Roberts. Superb ball from Tully again. And it just doesn't come off for Roberts on that occasion. They're enjoying themselves down there. Hello, boys. A lot of humour in those benches down there. Yeah, so we're, well, 5 minutes to go on the clock. This is where John goes into his inner self for a little while and pulls a ball out of the bag, and who's going to be the lucky recipient of a PlayStation 4?
I can't believe you've
he does have a bag. You could hear the balls jingling in the
Don't
background.
be silly. It's years of experience. I mean, played at the highest possible level to qualify me many, many times more than you to make the decision.
You haven't played in the North Yorkshire Premier Division. Over 40s, of course, on a wet Sunday afternoon.
Played in Yorkshire Sunday League football, don't worry about that at a youth level. Here we go.
Good old Harrogate.
It's well defended.
Nicely done. We'll have a good think about the numbers here, John. I actually played with Emlyn Hughes. I don't know if I told you that.
Wow.
Played a good season after his legs had gone, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Here comes. This is great play from Bryden. Now Mooney. Out to Sweet. Sweet might have a go from distance. Good block. Thomas Telford throwing bodies in front of the ball. And now, just a few gaps opening up for Whitgift because they realise they have to push hard. 3 minutes to go. Whitgift. Well, Thomas Telford very happy to just let Whitgift play. This is a defensive mode they've gone into, which they'll have practiced well. And only Tyler Roberts is up front on his own at the moment. It's Whitgift. Whitgift hits the shot.
What a strike.
That was lovely. No backlift whatsoever there, was there?
No. And he's been one of the contenders for man of the match. He really has. He's had a superb game, Fionn Mooney, as has Bryden and Bateup and James Sweet. Thomas Blake again, he got man of the match yesterday. That's all for Whitgift, but I'm going to go to Tyler Roberts. I think he's had a superb game. It's just the work rate that he's just constantly, consistently, for nigh on 70 minutes, has hustled and harried the two of them at the back, Ed Miller and Xavier Benjamin. And I think anybody else playing up front, those two would have looked world beaters. They've had the time, they've got the technique, they've got everything going for them, but because of the way that he's put them under such pressure and the effort he's put in, I think he's, not least because of the 2 goals that he scored.
Yeah.
But, you know, people may well ask and say, well, didn't Jack Tolley really make the difference? Yes, he made the difference. We had those flashes of brilliance that have turned this game in the last sort of 10 minutes. Just I think overall, Tyler Roberts, fantastic and well worthy of that PS4.
Just been announced in the arena. A big round of applause. I think the people generally approve of that call. So well done, John. You live another day. There is one other parameter actually on man of the match. It would be grossly unfair to give 2 man of the matches to the. What if James Blake had the game of his life? Would you give him a second PlayStation?
No, I've already marked that down that he wasn't eligible.
Yes, good man. Yes, Emlyn Hughes, what a great guy.
Oh,
what
amazing.
a lovely man. What a lovely man. And he was manager of Rotherham United, played Sunday football. It was quite a good Sunday league and he was playing in it, but of course his legs had gone totally, so people used to just knock the ball past him. It was sort of,
That's
you know,
not fair,
a sigh of respect as they went past him, going, oh God, this man's lifted the European Cup and I'm just roasting him. But he always had a laugh and a smile on his face and, you know, took it well.
Is Henderson going to be one of those, I think, the 5th captain to lift it?
Yeah.
Has the captain lifted it twice? So
yeah, we will see on
Emlyn
Saturday.
Hughes certainly one of them. Souness.
So yes, Phil Thompson lifted one.
Thompson.
Didn't he? Yeah, I met Thompson on
Gerrard.
Tuesday. And Gerrard, yeah, there you go. Well done. We're waiting for the board to show how much time. In fact, it's just about being put up.
Yeah, just
So 3 minutes, and here's Tyler Roberts, knowing he's got a PlayStation 4 in his bag for when he goes home. Roberts unleashes the ball and
just run
straight
it to the corner. Run the clock down. What's he thinking? He's got the PlayStation 4. He's got the 3-2 lead.
That's true. One goal in it. You never know.
Does he need to do that now?
We
Hold
have,
it up,
we
set
have
it back.
seen that before, haven't
Knock
we?
it in the corners.
Here's Candola, who's back on the pitch. We miss it, and the coaches are pointing into the corners. Yeah, the coaches are very, very animated here.
Look,
You
he's
can
saying,
see them. Look at
what are
him.
you doing? The clock, the watch.
There's Witter.
Put it in the corner.
Well done, Jack, down there on camera. He's he knows what he's covering. They're very animated. Yes, get it in the corner. Just hold the ball up.
Well, of course, they disappointingly lost the last final. They don't want to lose 2 in succession, do they?
Yeah.
Steve Kemba, there's not much you can do about this, but look on. Won 2 finals yesterday. That was their day. Great pride in the way in which Whitgift have played this game. Of course, there's still a minute and a half to go. Plenty of time for them to go up the other end and get an equaliser, take it to penalties.
Yeah. They've got to push up now, and there's too many Whitgift players in their own half at the moment. There's nobody to mark. Everybody from Thomas Telford, apart from Tyler Roberts, is back. That's another foul. They've got to push up now. We're really in the last minute and a half, and I think interesting. Yeah, Steve Kemba he's there with his hands in his pockets. He's not imploring his defence to go up. Surely you've just got to throw every man up now.
What have you got 4 at the back with the goalkeeper?
Yeah,
and he's taking it short as well.
Nobody to mark. Well, they want to play football up there.
I like it.
That's the way. That's the way they've been taught.
Yeah, I like it.
Passing the ball on the ground. This is the way they're conditioned. Even in this situation, we're not going to see a Hail Mary. Zach Young will swing it in. Here's a chance, but that one has gone too close to the goalkeeper.
Well, I think that's probably it. He's just going to take his time, Matthew Carter. Thomas Telford done well from going a goal down, 1-0 down, 2-1 down. So to bring it back level twice and then to find that winner through Jack Tolley with that superb touch. It's been an excellent performance. So right up against it. Bit of disappointment for the Whitgift boys. Are they to hear the whistle in the next seconds?
Here's
One
Benjamin.
more chance maybe.
Benjamin's gone a little bit further up front here. Benjamin might unleash one. Whoa, that was a moment. Had a half chance. Well, I think that really is it now. So I need you to ponder during your next coffee break whether that goal from Tolley challenges your top 3. So we will add it to the list, so have a think about that. And
Not sure,
we will
not
add it to our video list, and then
Could do. I just got to remember that that 1, 2, 3 list. Some room for him in there.
I think the referee's about to blow here. There we go. Well, that was a thoroughly entertaining match, and Thomas Telford, I think I've got to say, deservedly win this game. They've had the lion's share of possession all the way through, and they've gone to celebrate. In fact, one solitary player, Jack Tolley, hats off to him. He's gone straight. He's not gone to the team to celebrate. He's gone straight to the opposition, and he goes and shakes their hands. Well done, Jack. Really, really good form, that is. Great to see such sportsmanship out there, and what fantastic players. 2 teams really at the top of the game. Almost a shame we had to have a loser there. And it's Thomas Telford who come away with the spoils in this big under-14 Schools Cup for Boys final. And Whitgift, who were the elite winners yesterday, well, they don't get the double. As they all prepare down below us. We are running a little bit behind time. We seem to be in a hurry down there. Let's have there's the final score. Thomas Telford 3, Whitgift 2.
Yep.
I'm going to head down there, I think, fairly quickly, because I think they're going to try and do a fast turnaround, and I'll get a few words with the Thomas Telford coach. And
it's all right. The audience would just want to hear from me. We'll go through the the highlights of that game.
yeah,
Superb win for Thomas Telford School. I'm only joking, of course.
no, the truth hurts, mate. John Scales, Liverpool, Tottenham, FA Cup winner, Wimbledon, England player. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'm good at FIFA. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look through the goals, and we'll be back for the next match and the presentation after this.
Well, he plays it quickly, Caballero. The flick on. Thomas Telford look like they're totally in control of things. Max bait up, chases it down, and inexplicably Matthew Carter mishits it. Catalogue of mistakes. You've got to give, first of all, Caballero the credit for taking it early, and Max bait up the credit for going and sort of chasing it down, although he wasn't that close. Then it was a bit of a mix-up here. Another ricochet, not really dealt with well by Zach Young. And there was the equaliser. Tyler Roberts, my man of the match, goes inside. Benjamin, keeper, maybe a little bit disappointed, but take nothing away from that superb finish. Get them back on level terms. One of the celebrations of the tournament as well. There's 3 celebrations that stand out, and that's really one of them. Oh, Mooney. Fionn Mooney, really one of the players there that has caught my eye. 2 or 3 years at these PlayStation Schools Cup finals. Lovely turn. Takes the composure just to cut it back in on his left foot. Slots it past the keeper's despairing left arm. And reels away in delight, knowing that they've taken the lead. And here again, poor clearance. Lovely touch. Jack Tolley had been off the pitch. This was the difference. Came on, teed up Tyler Roberts with a lovely piece of skill. Disappointing clearance from Ed Miller, but look at this touch to go past, and then have the awareness, presence of mind, just to slot a perfectly weighted ball in for Tyler Roberts to finish off clinically past the despairing Caballero. Nothing he could do about this. And who was going to take the plaudits? Who was going to pick up the trophy? Lovely ball in from Alex Holland. What a touch that is. One touch outside of the foot, just to control it, lift it over the defender. One more touch to set himself. There, look at that, great skill. Touch past the despairing Miller. Bang, Caballero, no chance in goal. There it is, the 3rd decisive goal. Confirmation, Thomas Telford 3, Whitgift School 2. Full-time score, and congratulations, we'll go down pitch side.
If I can have your attention, please. Before we start off in the final game, I would like everyone's attention to be directed, please, to the players down here in the front. But before we do that, we are going to award. We had a crossbar challenge. We have a winner, teenager John, ladies and gentlemen. Bring him on in. Here he is. He can be head back to college, and he'll have a brand new PS4 to play on. Lucky man. That's John, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now, the ones that make it happen, the real Fantastic Four, the men who bring the thunder, the official, please get up for all 4 of our referees and linesmen as they come up to get their medals. So amazingly earned and deserved. Congratulations, I'm proud of each and every one of you.
That is referee Paul Kempen and assistants Mr. McKenzie and Mr. Brown.
Before we go into our runners-up and champions, I would like to announce, please, your man of the match. Where is he? Mr. Tyler Roberts!
Or as he's now known, Tyler Roberts. Roberts.
The reverb on that, outside the views.
Big name in football now. So big. Got an echo.
Any excuse to roll the R's? We'll do it one more time, shall we, as he leaves?
Shall we?
And there he is, Tyler Roberts! And now, and this is everybody, wherever you are, can you please, because I just want to remind everybody what an achievement it is to get to even play in a stadium of this magnitude. So there's winners, there's runners-up, they're all champions, but right now, please give it up to the boys on my right, Whitgift!
Runner-up in the 2018 PlayStation Schools Cup, Whitgift School, and collecting their medals. Number 1, goalkeeper John Cavaliero. Number 2, Jay Rowe. Number 3, Zach Young. Number 4, Xavier Benjamin, the team captain. Number 5, Ed Miller. Number 6, Daniel Berry. Number 7, Thomas Blake. Number 8, James Sweet. Number 9, Fionn Mooney. Player in 10, Fraser Bryden. In 11, Max Baitup. Number 12, Harry Youngster. Did I just get an echo added onto the end? I think maybe I did. And number 13, Joe Tyler. Number 14, Aaron Stanley. Number 15, Timmy Oak. And 16, Lorenzo Imharani.
For the final time, please give it up, everybody in the stadium. That's Whitgift.
Meridian, I was way off.
And now, heading over
We got reverb.
to the audience and the team over in maroon. They are your champions. Give it up for Thomas Telford!
Goalkeeper Matthew Carter. Number 2, Alex Holland. Player number 3, Lewis Weifendale. Player 4, Jacob Welsh. Player in 6, Harry Scotton Peters. In 7, Jack Tolley. In 8, Liam Rochdale. Player number 9, your man of the match, Tyler Roberts.
James Roberts, I hope they're laughing with us and not at us.
We're good at talking, bad at reading. You want to do this one? Number 10, Cameron Candola. And number 11, Ed Williams. And 12, Adam Taylor. And 13, Joseph Hubbard. They're in order, and the numbers aren't on there. Carry on.
Yeah.
Okay, and in 14, Carlos Smith. Number 15, Ben Jones.
Easy, wasn't it?
That was a good one. And number 16, Mackenzie Dover. And your... Should we do it, or should we do the team management first? Let's do team management. And team management, Mr. Lowe, Mr. Des Little. You get medals as well. No, 3 of you. We got Matty Lowe, we got Des, and the physio, Mr. Bullock as well. Give him a round of applause. And now for the massive one, it's huge. Are you ready? And team captain, number 5, Oliver Tipton! Now they're going to have a quick photograph. I advise you, go to phones ready, champion! Your 2018 PlayStation School Cup champion, Thomas Telford! massive congratulations to the well-deserved winners of Thomas Telford School Rudy, and we finally get ready for the 5th and final and 15th and final game of the day. And the final match of the day, Renway School and Blackburn High School is your final fixture.
So with me, I'm very pleased to say, Des Little, former Premier League footballer yourself. You've still got a bit of pace down the wing there, I noticed.
Nah, not at all, not at all.
Just sum up that match for me. Well, what a game it was, up and down all over the place, wasn't it?
Yeah, very much so. I thought the boys were fantastic. Obviously, Whitgift played their part in a great school, great traditional footballing school. So we knew the game would be tough today. But our boys stuck to the plan, particularly second half, and put a great performance in.
Is it always pleasing when your team goes behind against what was the run of play at the time, but they still respond and they don't lose their heads and they keep playing the same way?
Very much so, yeah. Obviously, you had sometimes you go up, sometimes you go down, and they're showing character to get back into the game. But like I say, we had a good talk to the boys second half, and they stuck to the game plan, and I thought they deserved the victory in the end.
Yeah. You must be pretty tired yourself. You had a really tough match, just the last one, which was the same, and this one was a big one. You need to lie down yourself, don't you, Des?
Yeah, it is. It's really difficult. Obviously, we lost the under-15 elite one, and it's very disappointing. We want to come in and win both of them, but like I say, you've got to pick yourselves up. These boys deserve our knowledge of the game, and that's what we try to do with our school, our programs. We have a really good program at school. We try to pass on all our knowledge, through all the PE staff that run the team. Obviously, Matty Lowe's not here today, that runs this age group. So I know the boys were doing particularly well and wanted to win it for Matty Lowe.
Well, the boys are all behind you, having pictures taken with their family. It's a great occasion for everybody, but it must give you a warm feeling to see all the different age groups doing well at Thomas Telford.
Yeah. Listen, first and foremost, PlayStation do a great job, and ESFA, they do a great job, great competition. It's the best competition at school footballs in the world, probably. And then to play it somewhere like Reading, we thank Reading for hosting it again. And like obviously our support, we bought 5 buses today. The head allows our school to get out for some reason and come and support. So, we like to thank Reading, we like to thank ESFA and PlayStation for again, for wonderful finals.
Des, I've got some really good news for you. The players have gone in. You're not going to get wet. You're the first coach not to get soaked during an interview.
Listen, they'll wet me with something else in there, no doubt.
They're waiting for you there. Des Little, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Okay, let's do some investigating. Right, we've been having a discussion here. I don't want to get they've given me the task of this.